Day 1174. Yeah, where do I even start? Where do I even start other than God is so good? It's midnight. I just got home from church about 30 minutes ago, and I've just been sitting in my car just in awe of what God just did tonight. We had the new believers class. There were about 19 or 20 people that showed up, which is great for like a holiday. Christmas is like 6 days away. So I didn't expect, I thought maybe like 10 people would show up. So, but it doesn't matter how many people show up. We ended up going for 4.5 hours. It was crazy. People were getting delivered left and right. God was revealing strongholds that the enemies had on them their entire lives. They're worthless. They're stupid. They're not enough. They're going to be abandoned. Like all these beliefs that Satan has put in their minds, and they've been living in them as prisoners their whole lives. And there were so many tears. There were so many cheers. It was crazy. It felt like we were unified. People were opening up. They were breaking down. They were having breakthroughs. It was crazy. I was completely blown away by what God was doing. It was next level. And it just makes me realize how important and how significant it is for me to stay in this purity and walk this narrow path that God has called me to walk, because he's going to use me to do crazy things like this tonight. Like, this was crazy. This was a shift in the class. This was a transformation. This is going to blow up. This is going to take off. It's just, man. And everything is happening effortlessly. All I got to do is show up and be obedient to the Lord. Like today, they posted on social media about it. I didn't do a thing. The photographer showed up and she edited the pictures, and I got to see them, and they were amazing. And then she sent them to our campus pastor's wife, and then she wrote something. She posted it on Instagram, and then someone else shared it. And I was just like, man, I'm not even doing anything. I'm supposed to be the one that's, trying to push people to promote it and everything, and I haven't done any of that. And it's just happening. And the class was crazy how God showed up. It was unreal. So many chains were broken. It was incredible. Just unbelievable. I'm still just in awe. And then the campus pastor got back to the church, because they all went out, and the leadership team went and walked around and saw Christmas lights and did all that. And I stayed at the church, and they got back at 10:30, and we had just finished. And he was just like blown away by what I was telling him was going on. And he's like, I'm going to be at the next one. I want to be at the next one. And it was just like, whoa, like as if he wants to learn like what's going on. And it was just incredible. And I see just why it's so important that I stay in this purity and I walk the narrow path, because God's going to use me for stuff like that. And it's going to change the world. Yeah. It was just incredible. It's amazing how people were just like realizing things that have been holding them back their whole lives, that they'd never even seen before, never even thought of before. It was amazing. And just the unification. And I know this is going to blow up. God has already given me a vision that we'll do this in the main sanctuary, because there's too many people that are showing up. So we'll have to use the main sanctuary. I'll have to use the main stage. I'll have to use the big screen. Like, I'll have to, because we can't fit any more people. And it's just incredible. It's incredible how God used me tonight. It's such an honor. It's so humbling. And I was just blown away. I was just totally blown away. And I'm just driving home, and I'm like, look at all the work that I'm doing for the Lord, like miracle after miracle, breakthrough after breakthrough, transformation after transformation for myself, for others. Like, God's using me so powerfully and so boldly. And my phone shut off. My car payments are behind. I don't have any money for gas. I've got $4 in my bank account. I don't really have food. I gotta go return this beef and get new beef, and then I can meal prep one round of meal prep. But it's just like, it's so crazy to be so overflowing spiritually, but not have any money. Like, it's just crazy. It's so crazy to be doing the Lord's work the way that I am, so powerfully, so boldly, so undeniably, and still not know how I'm gonna like even afford the gas to get back to church. Like, it's just crazy, just the contrast. And I don't feel bad about it at all. It's more like fascinating than anything. Like, Lord, what, like, it's just like the contrast is just crazy to be doing the work of Jesus Christ and also at the same time trying to figure out how I'm gonna eat dinner, like, or how I'm gonna get 2 gallons of gas. Like, it's just crazy. It's just like, wow. And to see how much freedom I have around that is amazing, because I just know the overflow is coming. There's no way that I can keep doing what I'm doing and not be blessed financially in ways that are unimaginable. I'm just going to keep doing the Lord's work. I'm going to keep being obedient. I'm working hard. I'm not just sitting around all day. Like, I'm working hard. And yeah, I know it'll pay off. And I know God will send me the money when he wants me to have it. The word says, the Lord's my shepherd, I have all that I need. And it says, when Jesus tells us to pray, he says, give us this day our daily bread. Like, God, just give me enough bread for today, Lord. Just get me through today. He says, don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow has enough worries of its own. And so I'm in the moment. I'm present in the way that he's using me. Like, the things that were broken off of people are things that have held them back their entire lives. So many people broke down and cried because they had never spoken those things out loud before, but it's been tormenting them their whole lives. And there was so much freedom. So much freedom. It was crazy. This is just, it's going to take off, because you can't experience the Holy Spirit like that and not tell other people about it. And people are desperate for an encounter with God. They're desperate for transformation. They're desperate for the Lord. And he showed up in that meeting like he does in all of them. And it was just such a blessing that we got a full 4.5 hours tonight. God lined that up, because usually it's prayer night, but they didn't do prayer night tonight. And they gave me the keys to close the building, and it was just like, wow, we got all night. We could do whatever we want. And people stuck around. It's just crazy. It's crazy to me. So, yeah, I'm just in awe, just shocked how good God is, but not shocked at all how good he is, but just blown away. And I'm like, Lord, how are you going to top that next week? Like, that was it. Like, that was so good. How are you going to beat that next week? And it's like, that's not for me to know. It's not for me to worry about. I just need to open my mouth and speak whatever he gives me. So the wisdom he has given me was just unreal. It's just next level. Like, wow. It's crazy. So yeah, I need to go to bed. It's 12:15. I got to wake up in 5 hours and do a Warriors of God call. So yeah, my dad comes in tomorrow for Christmas. So that'll be awesome. Yeah. It's nonstop, but it's exciting. So